So Elliot finished 3-2 here to Spennymoor. Are you pleased with the performance today?
Yeah, I think you've got to be. I think first and foremost you've got to say massive thanks to Jace for bringing a strong squad here today. They're a good side. They're a great benchmark. I think when you look at their journey, it's not too dissimilar to the type of journey that we would like to embark on. They won the Vars a few seasons back, then they won the league, and then they went really close last year in Evo-Stik, and I think they'll be one of the teams that will be up there. They'll be there or thereabouts this year. So 3-2, although there was again a period where we've got to try and learn how to manage games. There seems to be a bit of insecurity where we go behind and then we suddenly think that the game's over and that we're never going to get back in it, and I think certainly today has proved that we can get back in the game if we do the right things. So yeah, got to be pleasantly pleased with the performance, not overall but for large parts of the game. Yeah,
I thought we started the game really well, didn't we? Took the lead in the 8th minute.
Yeah, we had a really good 10 minutes. We spoke about making sure that we didn't give Spennymoor time to settle. We knew they had some really good ball players in the team. They've got some technicians in amongst there who can open you up, and we said let's make sure that we get tight and we're quick and we're first to it and we don't let them play, and we did that. And I think justifiably we took the lead with a great move.
Nice dummy from Josh Green, and Beadle hit the shot off the post.
I thought it was really well worked. There's a great combination, very quick play in and around, and even if it doesn't go in, I think Joe Thornton was following up to pick the pieces up. But yeah, pleased for Jimmy because he, second half he's hit the bar with a ferocious shot. And again, I think that's showing what Jimmy is going to be.
You say that goal to Jimmy then?
I think Jimmy's claimed it. I think Joe's happy that it went over the line.
Okay then.
Have you got it the other way?
I have got it as
I think Jimmy has. I think we spoke about it at half time.
You won't be happy with me then.
Yeah, well, you can clear that with him, Jace.
So they equalised. They couldn't get back in the game, didn't they? They got back into the game with a free kick. What was you could do about it? Was there?
No, not at all. I mean, just a little bit of a rash challenge from Efi, but he's been away, so his time is not quite there yet. So. But it was a phenomenal strike from a free kick, wasn't it, as well. And
then Trialish B scored 2 goals, getting him behind.
Yeah, no,
I think it'd be a Trialish
great
longer.
for him. Yeah. Great for him. Yeah, no, they've got great movement up top, and interesting. Joe Thornton come off second half and said to me, I think that's the first time he's seen Spennymoor about how good they actually were. But that's where we want to be. That's the level we want to be playing at. I know them really well from last year. They're a good side and they move it well if you allow them to play. They've got great movement. They've, a little diamond in there which worked really well for them. The little 11 was absolutely superb for them first half. So we talked about at half time about how we could combat that and how we could stop the ball going into them, and I thought they did that really, really well. Second half, and not to concede second half, but to still be in the game and to create a couple of chances ourselves gives us a lot of positives going into the season next week.
So at an half time, Matt got his first goal for the club.
Absolutely, yeah. Matt will score for us for set pieces this year. There's absolutely no doubt about that. He's like a big gentle giant off the pitch. Nicest man you'll meet. Very, very intelligent, very academic, and then crosses the white line. And it's not hard to see why, Matt made it at the level that he played at.
So if we go into the second half, it was a much different half to the first, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think what we talked about at half time was game management and nullifying the game and stopping Spennymoor from playing. And then if we could get to that stage, then we could start working out, can we now get on the attack? So we spent a lot of time behind the ball in the second half. I think that's something that we need to bring into our game for definite. We've got to be careful that you can't play on the attack for 90 minutes. So the team need to learn to be compact. They need to learn to play without the ball, and we've done that second half. And then when the time's right, we've had enough quality to get on the ball and get us forward, and then a couple of half chances.
Yeah, we had an extremely good spell, didn't we, in the second half, where Jimmy Beadle smashed him off the post, then Josh Greening got set free and should have scored, really.
Yeah, I think Josh will hold his hands up and say, I think Josh, a really fit and informed Josh Greening puts that away, no problem at all. I think he'll be the first to admit he should have scored it. And Jimmy come off and said that in the season they'll go in. So we'll hold him to that one. But yeah, great strike from Jimmy. 2 great strikes from him today, to be fair.
So that's pre-season finally over with. Must be chomping at a bit to get going
finally
next week.
Over. It's not my favourite time of the year. I think I'm quite open and honest about that. It can become a bit monotonous because you're not really playing for anything. You're just trying to get an idea of where the team is, and I think we've got that now. We've got some really big decisions coming up this week in terms of who starts the season next week against Malta.
Have you got that in your mind? Who's starting? Yet?
I think I think it's a case of sitting down with the other members of staff. I think I want to talk to Mikey, Si, and Lotto, certainly about where we are and where they think we are. They've seen enough of us play now, and obviously the directors Jimmy and Matt in Kent this week will all sit down together and we'll talk about where the squad is. Hopefully we'll be able to keep the squad together, but there will be 1 or 2 disappointments next week because we're up to 19-man squad at the moment. But if we're going to do well this year, we will need a 19-man squad.
Thanks for your time. See you next Saturday.
See you next Saturday, mate.